Hey, junkies, what's going on? It's Bob, and I'm joined today by Sarah. And if some of you from Six Flags Great America are like, who's that other guy on there? That is John. He is one of our admins who helps runs the St. Louis Junkies page for us. So he's joining us here for our discussion on season passes, memberships. But before we do that, I do want to take this time to thank all of you who attended the Six Flags Great America Junkies picnic. We had an amazing turnout, and for those of you who were there, we had an awesome time and we had some great surprises from the park. I will be 100% honest here. I had no idea that the ringmaster was going to make an appearance. I was just as shocked as everyone, including the fangirls who were screaming in the front row. So I do want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody from the park who made the event possible. Um, it's going to be really hard to top doing it again, but we are going to do it again in 2022. So dates and information won't be available until sometime next year because the calendar is not available yet to book a picnic. So early next year we'll get the save the date out and we'll get that planned and we'll have another great time together. So where do we want to start here?
Well, the secret email that came out, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should address the changes that came to the season pass program.
Well, before you do that, though, we got the email directly after Cedar Point dropped their promotion. So I thought that was the timing was rather planned. Well, not planned, but it did happen. So, but yeah. So what did the email finally say? Come on, Sarah. I was opening back up for you there.
We'll have to say, they did come through with an exclusive discount for season pass holders. A lot of times we'll say, oh yeah, exclusive, it's the best rate, and then it's later offered to everybody. But they did come through, depending on, I mean, it might be $10, but $10 is a big percentage.
Yeah,
Especially,
20%.
yeah, and
Well,
especially
of the
St.
old
Louis,
price.
$39.99 for a
Yeah.
season pass. I think it was really fair how it was adjusted, to reflect that it's only good at the home park now, which, I mean, speaking of Cedar Fair, that's pretty standard for a lot of their passes. If you don't, is my understanding, unless you go for the really expensive pass.
Mhm.
So it does put the season passes for Six Flags more in line with the industry standard. So we're not really losing value. Um, and if we look at the prices, I think John, the other John on St. Louis, was posting some old prices, and our season passes are still cheaper than they were like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, we could have the Disney annual pass price at
Yeah,
the
we
low
could have
low price of
the
what $1,300.
yeah,
Yeah.
So if you're out
Well,
of state, you only have that one tier with them that you can take advantage of.
unless
All their
you're a
discounts are
vacation club member.
right, and that's like two of the tiers you can get. But
Yeah.
yeah, $1,300,
Well,
for
I
a
think, like,
annual pass.
I haven't seen anything come out from SeaWorld. I know they're super, super confusing anyway, but I think of all the ways that we've seen theme parks, oh, thank you, Gary. All the different ways that we've seen theme parks adjust to kind of make up for 2020 and 2021. We ended up with the most, I mean, we lost every
yeah.
park, but we ended up with the most economical solution.
Yeah. So I'm a cedar. I mean, cedar. I'm a season pass holder, and I would say that we had by far the best deal in the industry. So, for example, my whole family of four has season passes that we got Black Friday 2 years ago, and the meal plan, and they carried that over an extra year, and from a comparison to Cedar Point, for you have got the gold and the platinum. We basically were getting the platinum level of service for the gold price.
Hmm.
If you're going to do the comparison, now where I think it really failed miserably is the email didn't change the name of it at all. just in the fine print down there at the bottom, it kind of said your home park. And I think there's going to be a ton of people, um, like, my parents, my friends, and that don't look at the fine print when it gets that. They got that thing, and it says act now. You only have a certain period of time, and you click here, and if you don't read the fine print, you don't realize that you've lost all of the parks. So just for people who don't have a membership, you never got the water parks. You only got one water park, and that was your home water park, unless you're
If it
Chicago.
was if it was
Okay,
alone.
if you're Chicago, then I guess you got two, right? But
Yeah.
but
But if
but
it's alone, if it's included in the park, like if it's in this at the same gate, then you got it, but no standalone parks. Right.
correct. So, for instance, for me, traveling this year, when we stopped at Six Flags over Texas, my season pass did not get me into the water park at over Texas, because it's a separate park, just like Great America is today.
Mhm. Yeah. And I
So
think this is gonna be particularly challenging for people who live in between. I know we have a whole bunch of overlap between our 2
I
groups.
am right in the
Okay.
middle.
Yes.
I am right in the
Yeah.
middle. I go to both parks. I mean, we favor St. Louis because it is more. I mean, it fits my children better.
Mhm.
But I prefer, the thrills up in Chicago a little bit better. Depends on the rides, but so yeah, this is really gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And I think I agree that without a lot of reminders, and I think it was after I love Six Flags IT. Actually, I love making fun of Six Flags corporate IT, and I'll say corporate IT because the IT crew at both parks is responsive and great, but the corporate IT, whoever it is, if it's like a bunch of interns, I don't know, but they like to publish things and use predictable URLs so we can see things ahead of time that maybe you're thinking about. And especially when having that messaging coming out and then having it downplayed, I am so worried. And I'm so worried for people who are going to travel between the two. And like you said, not catch that fine print, that it's only the home park. And, just for the employees having to try to make it right when it's
Yeah,
not their messaging or their mistake. And it's a big change because I know with St. Louis, it's always been a big marketing push that you can use it at Great America.
yeah.
And
All the commercials. I mean, like
yeah,
they spent a ton of mind share on this exact thing that they just took away.
decades. And so I'm really
Yeah,
surprised that at least in the St. Louis email that they didn't push the membership and say if so that same thing that they've been pushing for decades, that you can use this in Chicago, that they
yeah.
didn't push that into the membership because I think it's going to be super confusing.
Yeah, that's why I wish they would have rebranded it like Home Pass, or I
Yeah.
don't know, something, just to make people like second guess it.
I mean,
So
we just squeezed out the thrill pass, so it's, like, super confusing.
yeah, so and yeah, so let's walk through the other components, right? So you've always had the season pass, but then there's the season pass add-ons. So just like a membership can get all the different components. So on paper, for this, let's just say this deal goes away and they're going to buy it next year, the price technically went up, what, $20, is that right?
I
For
think for our park,
street price,
yeah, $20,
$20.
79.99, which has been a price for I mean, that's very reasonable, so,
So that's
yeah.
still well under the gold level, at it, like if we're just comparing, because we're comparing
Um,
Cedar Fair earlier,
oh, under yeah, we're under
it would
Cedar,
be under Cedar Fair price.
but I think you're pretty comparable with a Gold Plus membership, it's just how it's
Exactly. I was
paid.
gonna say they almost leveled
I think it's like
it with the membership.
$5.
Yeah. So the other components was the meal plan. So if you had a basic meal plan, it was 40 and now it's 80. So the price almost doubled for the meal plan.
Yeah, although
Yeah,
I think I saw it available for 60 and Bob,
Yeah, it
did
looked
you
like 59 on our website for ours. It is 59 for the one meal, one snack.
if you got it as part of the package?
No, it's standalone right now.
Standalone.
Standalone right now.
Same
Mhm.
price.
And then what is premium?
109.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 110. Yeah. So I think I was trying to remember. I was trying to look it up actually before this to find out what I bought the meal. We have the deluxe. We get the two meal and a snack plans because you had to at that time have that plan in order to use it at other parks.
Correct. And I
So
think we have to caution, this has come up in a couple places where people are like, "Oh, well, if I buy the meal plan, if I buy the" I don't think there's any such thing as a deluxe meal plan or the whatever the highest one that you can use at other parks. Somebody was saying, "Well, if I get the meal plan and I buy admission to another park," and the problem is, in order to use the meal plan, you have to be scanned in the park. So, if I take
yeah,
a St. Louis season pass and take it to Great America with the St. Louis meal plan, I can't scan the St. Louis season pass in. So essentially it is the meal plan is at your home park. The only way to
yeah,
get the transferability is to get the member dining. And I don't see an option even I know members have the option to buy that all season, but I don't see the option to use it all parks either. So that's something members should look out for too.
yeah. Yeah, so it's again, it's just too bad that I mean, it's easy for us to sit back and judge, right? You know, when
Right.
we're not making the marketing stuff,
Yeah.
but it is too bad that they removed all the verbiage around the multi-park stuff, so you didn't notice if you were buying a meal plan either. Now, I did notice that some people in the Junkies group were talking about if they should wait and buy the meal plan later because sometimes they have deals on it. I know personally for season pass add-ons, I would alternate. Like, one year my daughter has it, the next year my son has it,
That's what I did with
because
my
we would overlap them.
Yeah.
Well, there's no point in doing that really anymore because well, you can I guess you could still overlap the dining plans if you bought them, but to get the deal you can't because it
Yeah.
has to be attached to a ticket. And
I
if you
will
haven't
Go ahead.
Oh, I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say it does validate. I can tell you, it does validate. You have to put in your ticket number
Mhm.
and your account and to get that deal.
Yeah, because they will and I haven't seen any go out in 2020 or 2021, but I know that in the past, and I've already heard of some going out this year, is that just if you don't the only reason you might wanna hold off is if you don't buy the dining plan, they do send targeted marketing emails to entice you to go to get a meal plan. So at one point, one year I got a targeted offer when I was doing the alternate. I
Uh-huh.
child that didn't have one at the time got a targeted offer for like 29.99 basic dining. So if you're a member and already getting a drink, basic dining, and now that you can
Yeah.
the times basic dining is not bad.
No,
So
that is, yeah, that is a fantastic tip. And also, we even if you have if in the app, flip through your different season passes because they may have different deals than the one like you
Mhm.
said. So, and then the last thing that you could add on was the Flash Pass, which I know I paid $85, I think, for that. Um, and now it's like 190, whatever it is. I was like, heck no,
But
not doing
still
that.
not terrible because, like, at our park, a one-day platinum can be $150 or up
Yeah, I know.
even more.
We're spoiled in St. Louis.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised not to see that go up because I just know having gone through the skip the line, ours is the same line. The skip the line, flash pass line is we always hear the flash pass supervisors, which we do if you don't know, they're a different company.
Yeah,
They work they're
yeah,
leasing employees, so they don't represent Six Flags in the same way, but they'll say things like, "We oversold and we need to" um, so I was surprised not to see that go up significantly, but to me, that's still I mean, I don't happen to value flash pass because I go for such short amounts of time, but, I was really surprised to not see that one go up very much.
as a dad with children that aren't tall enough to ride all the big boy and girl rides,
Mhm.
I would use it to sneak away from it, to break
Uh,
off, and I don't want to wait. I just want to hop in the front of the line and So that's why I don't have it for the whole family, but I just I just literally carried it for myself. Wow, I sound really bad now that I said that out loud.
No, I get it.
But okay, so is that all the components of the season pass?
Yeah, and I think the other, uh, we have that happens all the time. It happens with ride announcements when we get these URLs that show up or things that get published on websites early that maybe even our home parks don't know is getting published because they were drafts. Um, Initially, we saw that there would be limits on Fright Fest. That is no longer in the verbiage. I'll let Bob take that away because he has confirmed with park channels.
Yes, I did get confirmation that with the season pass that it is unlimited admission to Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park, and there are no blackout dates.
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say that in years, because it was very clear for 2022. But that's not to say that that's not something that they're thinking about doing or that there wouldn't be a special ticketed event. Who knows, like an ultimate Fright Fest Fear, whatever it is that's separately ticketed. But it is really nice to have that confirmation.
Yeah, yeah. So just so everyone's following, it made it kind of sound like you would just get one ticket to Fright Fest and one ticket to the Holiday in the Park. So that was or at least that's what some of the people were thinking or read
Yeah.
into it, I should say.
And
So it's
didn't
good.
help
It's good to know.
it didn't help when it came out. It was like it said unlimited during the regular season, unlimited water park for ours. Um, but then it didn't say unlimited Fright Fest. So it left a door open, but we do have confirmation that that's not the intention
Yeah.
of anybody. And of course, there's a lot of different moving parts. And if somebody
Mhm.
changes their mind, something happens. Oh, what is labor? We don't know. We are expecting a different sales cycle. We're expecting an adjustment. So we don't know if something will be called Labor Day sale. So we don't know. I mean, typically it would have already started.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I was kind of wondering if this email was the Labor Day sale, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm considering it. I mean, we used to have like Labor Day and Halloween sale, and I don't think of any reason to have a sale.
There's a
Yeah.
Black Friday sale, I think, and like a
Yeah.
New Year's Day sale, and
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, Six Flags loves to put things on sale. I mean, they
yeah,
always say it's on sale, and it always seems to be about the same price.
and yeah, and you'll see it bump up. There's a certain number of days in some states it has to not be on sale. So those are just the times in between the silly sales. We're expecting some of that. I like that they're moving to a more straightforward type of pricing rather than calling 79.99 a sale price when that's the price.
It's
Um,
always that.
yeah. And it also leaves it open, like back in the day, whatever the price came out, it would go up after 4th of July. So who knows? That could just be the price and it goes up after 4th of July. Um, I think there was just one more thing I had to think of. I can't now. There was another change. I'll think of it later.
Okay.
Oh, no, bring a friend for free.
yeah,
So
no
that is
more.
no longer, I mean, it was difficult for them to do this year. They threw us some dates that maybe not all of us wanted. And that's been traditional, but that is no longer a benefit of season passes. However, you are a part of the points program, and member points can, if you buy things at the park, they can accrue pretty quickly. Um, those specialty drinks that had the 4 times points or the hot dogs, and they can accrue, and you can get a weekday friend ticket for 5,000 points. So it sounds like a lot. I'm sitting with like 60,000 points in mine, and I don't,
Oh, yeah.
and that's
Cabana,
after
time
having
for a
done it.
cabana.
So
If you haven't listened to the episode where you talk about maximizing the points, what was that? Three episodes ago, maybe?
yeah, I think, well, it might be the last one that we did
Oh,
was
what was it?
Yeah, that was the actual last
I
live.
don't know, but I absolutely love your tip on if you're leaving the park and you haven't used your meal to swing in and get a snack. I use that like all the time now. I don't know why I never leveraged that before, but
yeah.
just hearing you say it out loud, I'm like, why don't I do that?
And that's probably the reason their meal passes went up.
It's your fault. Wait, wait. So what you're saying is I'm part of the problem. Okay, great. All right,
Uh,
so let's flow chart this out to where we are so far.
yeah.
So if you are a season pass holder today and that deal, even though it kind of ran out, you can still click on the email. At least you could today. I don't know if when you're listening to this, if it'll still work. Your mileage may vary, but if you're just going to stay at your home park and you want to use that, it's probably the cheapest option. If you're going to go to other parks at that point, or or you're looking at regular price, you
Mhm.
might as well get the first level of the membership, because the
Right.
regular price on the season pass is almost equivalent within a rounding error of the membership. And then once you get the membership, you get access to all the other parks. So
And you're bringing friends, and
yep.
but then what we do recommend is you to really think about your travel patterns, because if you are not planning on visiting one of the 365 parks or the parks in more temperate climates between January 3rd and when March when St. Louis opens, or April when Great America opens, there is no reason to double pay right now. Like, if you're planning on doing a membership
Oh,
and you have a 2021 season pass, don't
wait.
double pay.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
point. Wait for the
Yeah.
membership. Yeah. Fair point. Fair point.
Don't double pay. And you do, I think in St. Louis, people were, because I think there are not as many members in St. Louis. People were assuming that you can pause when the park isn't open. That was a special COVID thing. So
Yep.
if you take on a membership, you are going to pay when the park isn't there. I just kind of bank my visits. And so I say, oh, well, is it worth it to me? I'm Diamond Elite, and I think my payment is like $17. So when we visit, I'm like, okay, well, I visited Six Flags. Was that worth $17? Okay. Then once I bank my 12, everything else feels like a bonus to me. Um, but really think about if you need it in those times, because you can potentially save yourself. You have a 12-month commitment and you're going to end up paying on the off season anyway. So make a decision if you want to pay on the off season this year, or if you want to pay on the off season next year. If you're going to continue the membership, I mean, after 12 months, sometimes you can find yourself in a $3.99 per month Gold Plus. It is possible. I am currently paying for a $3.99 for the Life of the Pass Gold Plus. Um,
Wow. But no one can get that right now.
After your 12 months, if you go to cancel, sometimes they entice you to stay. And the first
Man,
time,
you
usually
really work the system.
sometimes it's
And that's why you need to
It was
join the
$3.99.
Junkies.
I was legit gonna cancel actually this pass. I was gonna legit cancel it because this membership, we only got it when we were doing a road trip. And then when they were like $4.99, I'm like, nah. And then there's $3.99. It was like, okay. So sometimes that can happen, and you can get into those places. I wouldn't count on anything ever being
Yeah.
there, but um and then when you think of Gold Plus, I think if you're doing any add-ons, if you're thinking of moving to a membership, watch our live, because we broke down that if you're going to do all the add-ons, you're actually going to be cheaper buying a Diamond Elite. If you're
Yep.
not doing any add-ons, you're fine with Gold Plus, but as you add add-ons, it it all, like you said earlier, John, that they play with the numbers, and it's pretty much the same thing. It balances out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll do too is when I post this up to our YouTube channel, I'll put the link to the other show in there. So
Yeah. And we haven't seen major, I know some people are worried about prices changing, and I've had Diamond Elite memberships since 2018, the earliest they were offered. I have not seen my prices go up. I've been locked in. You don't tend to see a sale on those. I think people are like, is there going to be a sale? Not
Yeah.
really.
I don't think I've ever seen a sale on any of the memberships.
No.
They've always just been kind of the price that it's been quoted
I
for.
yeah,
mean,
I'm in
sometimes
the
it
lead.
changes by like $1 or 50 cents a month. I think I'm not paying the same for all my Diamond Elite memberships. I think it's $1 or 50 cents a month difference between the first set of Diamond Elite and the second set of Diamond Elite I have, because my younger two, were initially just diamond, because if you're not using the skip lines or the haunted houses, you don't need your whole family to be diamond elite. But then we were given an upgrade deal. Sometimes that happens. We're like, upgrade for only $2 more a month when it's would have been $6. Like we
The
got
upsells.
they sent an email and upsold us, and we did it. So yeah, really think about that. There's a lot of people in both of our groups that would help talk through the math on it, but really be strategic on when you want to start that membership. The memberships right now are not adding the processing fee of, what is it, $8.99 or $9.99?
Yeah.
But the season passes are, if you're buying online, correct? Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, sometimes you have platinum for the price of gold membership, and some of those people who were platinum for the price of gold got their upgrade to diamond, so they're paying for gold plus
Wow.
Yep.
and
That's like
wanting
the best
diamond.
deal.
Yeah, and anyone who had a COVID upgrade, that on a membership, that goes through the end of 2022, so don't worry about if you loved your level, ride it out for another year. You're fine.
Yeah, and the other thing I haven't actually looked into it, but I thought somebody said that this year with the memberships, if you choose to go the security deposit route, that it was $2 cheaper as opposed to $1 cheaper.
What do you mean security deposit route?
Go ahead. You wanna explain?
So when you sign up for a membership, they throw sort of two options out at you. You
Sometimes
can
3.
sometimes three, but generally they're going to give you an option that if you put a $20 security deposit down, they'll knock your monthly price down by $1.
So basically prepaying or
Yeah,
paying
well,
or
it's like you have that you're less of a risk for play, and we'll talk about some games that people should not play with memberships, but you're less of a risk for, like, telling the bank it's fraudulent or changing your credit card number, because you have skin in the game.
Got it. Got it.
And then when you cancel, then you'll get that $20 back.
And I think there's a process by which you can ask for it after your 12 months. I'm sure it has lots of steps and is probably impossible with dealing with people.
So I got a couple
'Cause it's not a
confirmations on
yeah.
the $2.
Oh, it's a
So
$2. Yeah, it's worth thinking of. Sometimes
thanks, Vita.
the third option is, sometimes if you don't have 4, they charge you an extra dollar. So, like, the starting at $17.99 for Diamond Elite can actually mean, like, $19.99 if you're not putting the deposit or if you don't have 4 people. So, look at that. As we learned this year, you probably want to keep the billing for a membership as simple as possible. So don't some people combine their season passes and purchase as a group. I would not do that for a membership. It's just only the person who pays has access to change things on your account. And we did have some people run in when they were trying to pick up their gift cards. They couldn't because they weren't the billing party. It is like a down payment. And the membership is an agreement. I've seen, and we take them down when people put it on there. I've seen people say things like, "Oh, if you don't wanna pay anymore, just tell your bank it's fraudulent, or just change your credit card." That doesn't work. You still own the money, and they're gonna they are very quick to report to a credit agency, and then your email and credit card number are blocked for future. I think they give you I think it eventually comes off, but they're blocked for future passes and memberships.
Right. So you'd have to like make up a new email address or
Yeah.
whatever to do that.
So, like, I wouldn't say, if you're just, like, newly dating somebody, don't get memberships together. You go each get your own. The thing for that, because it's a contract, you want to keep it as clean as possible, and as much you wanna be in control as possible. It's different than a season pass that you have in your hand that you can control. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've just been standing at guest relations for something else, and somebody's had an issue with their membership, and they're not the party on there, and they can't do anything.
Like it was a gift, like they said right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. I saw that I mean, they really because it's a contract, they really cannot deal with anyone else who than the person who has bought those. So,
Because it's illegal. legal
Yeah,
contract.
it's because yeah. So if you're gonna think about, there's memberships are a whole animal. Also to cancel, there's an art to it. You have to schedule your last payment, and you have to do that within 15 days of your previous payment. Otherwise, you can end up with more payments. And then they add on any time. If you had like a free 3 months, they added it after. So they are a little wacky. They're very different to get used to than just paying the money for the season pass. It's like buying a house in a way. It's like buying a house. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of fine print with the membership. And so, I mean, it's cheaper than Netflix though for a Gold Plus. If you think of that, are you going to go that many times? Then it's not bad.
Yeah, and Diamond Elite is about the price of your cable bill.
Well, for
No, I'm just kidding.
mine's cheaper. Well, I don't have Flash Pass on mine. I mean, yeah, and no, you can be at different levels. I mean, really, if you just want one person to have the discount, then there's a lot of things it's in our other episode where you
Yeah,
can
and
say
you
what you
can't
made.
beat the when you're Diamond Elite, when you had the membership dining on there, you're only paying $4.90 a month.
Mine is $4.63
Ooh,
because
you
you
got in on
lock
a
in.
sale.
Yeah. Well, I've had it for so long. So you lock in, and I've never and they would always they notify if there's a change. And the only major benefit that I've seen disappear is the printed photo. And in exchange, they're giving us 2 digital photos. So that's the only thing that I've seen disappear in the time that I've had Diamond Elite.
Man, I cannot wait till they put all the photos in one system and not
That would be nice.
vary it by park. Jeez.
Yeah, and then the add-ons, I mean, some of the add-ons you can use your Diamond Elite on, some you want to consider your add-ons. Members can still get all season add-ons. So if you don't have one and you want to buy now in the sale, you can. Just be really careful about we're going to assume that an all season dining isn't going to be good at other parks. We're going to assume that just because season passes aren't. We'll have
It's
to look at what it says.
man, this year has been so amazing for me to go to any park and
Yeah.
just get the meals. It has been Frontier City, I mean Fiesta. It's just been amazing.
Well, and there are times like we've had when we were moving my brother out on the East Coast back from grad school or to his orchestra post, where we've driven out or driven a car out and we've planned our route around being able to stop at a Six Flags park to just have our meals for free.
By the time you park and walk in and everything, I would hope you did something besides
Oh
just
yeah,
a
I
meal.
mean it's a nice stretch. Like if you're driving out
A
to
nice stop.
yeah, like we drove out to Boston and we stopped at Darien Lake and we got to stay at the hotel and for half price and eat. And then on the way home, we stopped at New England and we rode a couple rides, got some food, got right back in the park. I hope PhotoPass has more offerings next year.
Yeah, we don't have too many
Both parks.
rides that are
We
working right now.
we had so in St. Louis we have 2, the log flume and one of the coasters, but it's still so nice because the people who are taking your pictures when you walk in the park,
Yeah.
you just take the little slips and they put it right on there and everything. So we've got I think in St. Louis it's $20 and for the photo pass, and we've definitely got our $20 worth because you still get the one physical every month.
Yeah. And just if you're watching, this is something St. Louis and Great America photo passes don't talk right now. There is a
Yes.
way to get both passes added. I was not successful in doing it. You have to find the right person that will do. You can buy both. They're such a nominal fee to get those pictures, but
You can get both of them. I was never successful either.
I know multiple people who have been successful, and I don't know anyone recently, so maybe not. And I haven't made it down to St. Louis yet. this year. So I don't know. I don't know if it's still possible. At one time it was possible to buy both.
Yeah, I'd agree. Fix X Flight and get Max Force up
Yeah.
and running. That'd be one cool photo.
Yeah,
of
why
Max.
they don't do the photo on the launch of Max Force is insane. I don't know.
Can you do you can do St. Louis in a day if you're not doing the water park. You can do it you can get
Yeah,
everything done. It's
yeah, you can hit everything in St. Louis in a day.
St. Louis is I think for somebody who comes from just always having gone to Great America and used to the loop, St. Louis is kind of like a zigzag. So it's possible to miss things if you don't look. You could miss an entire area of the park if you don't look on
If you
your map.
just do the outside loop, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it goes up, like back and forth up the hill.
Yeah, it's like a big circle with a big X in the middle. And the X intersects at the palace, which is where the train station is and
Yeah, like
the
Fairground
Ferris wheel.
Musical.
But like you said, it does kind of zigzag a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're from Chicago and you haven't been to St. Louis, it's definitely worth a drive. They've got a
Yes.
couple really unique. The Excalibur is a very rare flat ride, and Mr. Freeze is very unique. The only other one is in Texas.
You're gonna make oh yeah, for members. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So another
Thank
thing.
you, Jamie.
Thank you. So as we talk about, if you're gonna be a member, if you're gonna make that leap into membership, go ahead and post in one of our groups and ask for one of our members to talk you through it. It might not even be it could be one of us that'll jump in, but we have so many knowledgeable members on both groups. If you're gonna make the leap, we can talk through it. If you're gonna do add-ons, member add-ons like Flash Pass or meals, to get the discount on those, you have to do it when you start your membership. You can't decide later on. So if like Diamond Elite is 50% off, that's how I get it for $463. I have the highest one. So the regular price was 9 something. If I didn't do that, my only option would be to start a new membership with the dining, and then I restart my 12 months. So you have to, every time you add to it, you restart your 12 months. I have not lost member points in doing that, in upgrading or changing anything ever. If you're ever going to change something, just take a screenshot of how many points you had before you change it. And then if for some reason they don't show up, the guest relations at the park and member services at the park have been really great about making it right for people. I've never had a problem with it though.
Have we heard anything or heard any experience of anybody who got the VIP upgrade if they added on? So, for example, if a VIP added on Flash Pass,
I've heard that it didn't change it. I think the only problems we've had like Steven from Thrill Max, who's in the process of changing home parks. And I know we have I know of someone else in the process of changing parks to Magic Mountain. If the only way for them to change their home park would be to cancel and restart. And in that
Renew.
case, they lose VIP status. But adding an add-on, so far for the people I've heard of who have done it, it hasn't changed it. It's
I wonder if
always a
you go
risk.
down. I wonder if you go down, you would lose it.
Oh, if you took
Like
it off,
took something away.
probably.
I don't know. Will they even let you do that?
I
I don't
think
know.
I
Or
think the only way to take it away is to all out cancel.
finish your membership.
Yeah, I think you have to all out cancel and then re-up.
Hmm.
And in any kind of free time that you earn, you don't have any of your add-ons during that time. So like I said, it's messy to cancel. It's easy to cancel. So it's not one of those things where you have to actually call. You can do that online and you can do it fairly quickly. But as far as understanding how many more payments and making sure they stop, some of that has become a little messy. So you have to watch it. Your membership was unplugged and plugged back in when you added Flash. Okay, I want to understand.
What's unplugged and plugged to me?
Yeah, I
What
want to
does
understand that
mean?
because pre-VIP, Did it take the VIP away? Or this is pre?
We're done preview.
Yeah, why? I don't know. I
VIP.
think that's a really good question. I would like to see that go away.
You might as well,
Really silly.
because it doesn't matter, really.
James
I was
actually has a good question here.
yeah. I think that's a really good that would be really a really nice and easier to comprehend distinction between a membership and a season pass.
Yeah.
It would be amazing to be able to attend member days at other places. Like I know I'm going to be at Great Adventure and Black Friday, and they'll probably have a really nice pin because they give nice pins to their members. And I won't be able to get it, and I'll be very
Well,
sad.
you're not bitter whatsoever.
I'll just be very sad because I just love swag and I love pins. Okay, so it says on here, I was issued all new numbers, new membership. That is typical. Every time that you generate a change to your account, it generates a new order number. They can connect the order numbers. But like if I pull up my name for an order lookup, I have a very long list of order numbers. Revenue tracking. Yeah. Silly economics.
Well, they got to track who's at what park so they can give them credit.
Yeah.
But you still, you should be able to do that. Like, if I'm a St. Louis person and I used it up in Chicago, shouldn't Chicago get some credit for that?
Well, and
because they can do it on when you ran the badges.
They get a turnstile credit. I'm not an economist, but they do. But I guess that monthly I guess they don't consider there's something weird about not considering the revenue of a membership until you've paid 12 payments. And then
that is odd.
I read it once in there. I'm not an economist and I wish I was. I know my limitations. And so I'm trying to learn how to understand these things. But I read it once. If somebody else understands those things more, I'm smart enough to know when I don't understand things.
Well, it's revenue that they haven't collected yet. So
yeah, I think
from an accounting perspective, it's an accruals account instead of a
yes.
So season passes, they get from every quarter they put that revenue on the books right away because they took all of the revenue in that quarter. So one of the things they're trying to do with the season passes is they level that profit across the board. So it's a incoming stream of ink. So it is accounted differently in the accounting world. So it's an accrual.
Yeah. So the user said before VIP, when I added my flash, they had me. Yeah. So when they added my flash, they had me cancel and restart my membership in the guest services building. That's typical, but that doesn't mean that your new order number and your old order number aren't connected. And so we don't know if that I have heard that the VIP doesn't go away. I would be afraid of the VIP going away. All right. You have 22 on sale and they are all theme park and next season.
Well, they're not all the theme park. That's the problem.
So if you buy at Great America, it's a 3-park pass. There are a couple parks in the chain that have multiple gates. Ours has 3. I think Magic Mountain has 3. New Jersey has 3 right now. If you buy at Great America, and Great America is your home park, you will have access to Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, Great America, Hurricane Harbor, Rockford. If you buy at St. Louis, you have access to their water park because it's in the same gate. Okay, Six Flags Great America. Yes. Okay. So if you buy your 2022 season pass, it will include the 2 water parks. And if you buy a meal pass, that will also be good at those water parks. It's considered the same bubble. They're all your home park.
Your home park bubble.
Yeah, it's like it's the Illinois.
It's an economist thing.
Yeah. It's only. Are you asking if they're all?
Yeah, I think this is another confusion thing where
thing like it was this year. If you buy for 2022, it's going to only be good from the time you buy it and the time we'll talk about processing. The time you process it till the end of the 2022 season, which would be around New Year's. But they're not going to give you 23 on top of it That was just a thing that happened this year because we didn't have much access in 2020. So they extended it. So they're typically not good for 2 years. That was just an exception. Is that what you were asking?
I wish we seen the username so we knew who was
Yeah.
Mhm. No.
asking the question that we could follow up with.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confusion that's going to happen. People who buy the season pass and think it's going to be a good at more parks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for the customer service folks because grandparents are going to buy them, not realize it. I mean, it's just they've just spent so much time marketing it. The fact that they didn't change the name, I think, is really going to bite
Yeah.
them.
And especially, I mean, I don't know how it is in the other places, in the other markets, but like here, it's such a big valid at Great America or valid at St. Louis. Like it's been so much of a part of it for so long.
Yeah,
Um, Even this year when some people who didn't have gold passes lost our water parks. I mean, some
yeah,
people had it like that was shocking. That was very different, and the fact that it wasn't everybody and it was dependent. So we are definitely seeing changes. We knew we were going to see changes. We're seeing
yeah.
them gradually. I guess keep on your toes that these won't be the last changes. Like there's no, it's always been. Um,
Yeah, so just yeah,
What's
Mike, we talked about that earlier. We do not think the season pass deluxe dining is going to work at other parks.
but this is member
Oh,
should.
member should member
membership dining.
member should.
I thought it was good at. I,
I don't
I
know
think
the
it's a
answer to that.
name. I
I'm
can never
actually not
keep
a
track
member
of
yet.
what names. Like I know there's basic, but I don't think they.
So basic previously basic was only your home park, and then the deluxe was the name they gave the one that would work at the other parks. That's the old
There was a premium in
names,
there
right?
somewhere. I know that they don't. They're called something different. Once you get past Gold Plus, there's only two options for dining because the difference between one of them would just be a drink bottle that comes with the membership anyway.
Right, there's basic, deluxe, and premium.
Only
On
for
the
Gold Plus.
On right for the gold plus, and then everyone else you wouldn't have that premium option. You'd have basic and you'd have deluxe.
so
Yeah.
here's a great example of the confusion.
Hmm.
Well, here's three junkies and we still can't figure it out.
Well, yeah, and I think it, it, it the terms have changed, and we've seen
It-
and not really announced like we saw this year. All of a sudden, quietly, the basic dining all season was good at all parks, and then some people, if you bought it when it wasn't, like there's so much going on.
Yeah, actually looking at a screenshot here. I don't know. Well, that's gonna be
oh,
Oh,
that didn't work.
that's way too bright for you guys. But there, wait. But
okay.
according to this, with the bullet points, and this is for the member dining, it's showing basic and deluxe are obviously valid at Six Flags Great America and valid at all outdoor theme parks and water parks.
Okay. And actually,
So
like
there you go.
I think there's only one indoor theme park, and I believe that sometimes it'll say that, and then you'll actually like when I went to Darien Lake, they have a little restaurant in their lodge, and my dining plan worked there. So, um, but it didn't work at their like breakfast buffet or something. But the most you can pay for Great America is 51 for Diamond Elite with deluxe dining, and yeah, Flash Pass. So dining is available at all the parks if you have a membership. Flash Pass, Platinum Flash Pass, any level of Flash Pass isn't good at other parks. So you can purchase them for multiple parks, but it's only good at your home park. And I think that's what some of the issues are with our people who have Diamond Elite and need to change their home park.
Right.
And they lose their Diamond Elite status, but if they don't lose their Diamond Elite status, they have a Flash Pass that's not useful.
All right, I want to squash a rumor that's
Yeah.
up on here right now. Having to make a reservation in 2022 each night you want to visit Fright Fest held in the park. That is not true at all.
Oh, 2022, where this no one's planned that out
No
yet.
one even knows. No one even knows 2022. And if you did mean 2021, a couple of parks, I know New Jersey is one of them. They are requiring reservations to visit Fright Fest and Holiday in a Park to control capacity. Now, it's you reserve a day. You don't reserve a time like we did previously with COVID. But
And I think they're piloting that, and I mean, other parks will see how it's used, but no one has planned out 2022. And anyone who says that they haven't. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna wait and see how it works in New Jersey, but yeah, the people that you want to get come into your park, I just know as somebody who used to sell tickets, we always like scoff and say like no one pays full price. People do. People are just like, "Hey, I've got some time. I'm going to Fright Fest," and they'll lay down the 79.99 for one day, even though it says like 59.99 for a season pass. They'll do it, and just because they haven't researched or looked online for anything. Those are the people you want because they're subsidizing all the chips that we take as our grab and go with our dining plan.
I'm just kind of looking through the comments here.
Yeah,
We don't really follow a lot with I mean, we have friends in our group from Fiesta, Texas.
it's one of my favorite parks.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this one because again,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a good
assuming the
example.
information I was given for our park applies to all the parks that 2022 season passes are unlimited Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park visits.
If that was on the if that is that currently on the Oklahoma City, the Frontier City, is that currently on their website? Because I know that we saw it on the website at one point prior to the sale launching and the emails going out, and then it was all updated. So are this 2020 only for your home park? And if you buy today, we have heard that it activates right away. Going
What
to New Jersey, that the season pass activates right away. We have heard now if you've already if you're renewing, it's only for your home park. If you're going to New Jersey in October and you don't want to pay okay. Oh, I know what you're asking then. So, I was told by somebody maybe to caution people not to do it so you wouldn't get the terms, and we've had conflicting things come from Six Flags the chat bots, the chat people who aren't always very nice or knowledgeable. I think you should be okay. I've heard that it activates right away because you already have a pass, but your 2020 pass should be under the 2020 term, so you should be fine. We are going to make sure that's one thing that we have on our list to get confirmed. John, have you up?
So I can tell you that yes. So I'm in the just so everyone knows. I guess I didn't say this yet, but so we're in the situation where my parents gave us these season passes a while ago, two whatever years ago. So my parents got the email, said they were on sale, and they said, "Ooh, that's great," and they bought them. Didn't ask us.
Oh.
So I currently have season passes for next year. So I just open the app to check. So my season pass has been renewed for 2022, but when I open the park conditions, it still says I can go to all the parks
Okay.
for right now. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that these list of parks will drop off in 2022.
They'll probably run an
That's what
update. Yeah, they'll probably run an update like early 2022. That's what multiple people have said is when I mean, the key is when you click on your available parks, those are your available parks.
So I'm hoping for people like me, they allow some type of convert to a membership later when they realize they have a whole bunch of people that are in the same situation I'm in.
And I still think there's a way to convert. I saw paperwork for conversion one time this season. It's just one of those
Because I
things.
go to all the parks, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a world of hurt. So
Are we gonna get the food truck
I'm just-
before?
No, Mike, we're not
No.
going to see the food truck. They were trying really hard to get that up and running in Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, but they ran into staffing issues. So,
By the
but
way,
if
I
you're
did.
on Raging Bull, you can actually spot the food truck, and it is parked on the access road between the Bull and Hurricane Harbor.
Who knows? Maybe it'll come out for Fright Fest. Who
It
knows?
might. We never know. We'll have
But
to check what the
that
Dippin'
wouldn't
Dots
be in
guy.
Hurricane Harbor.
No, no.
Unless
But food truck has moved around. It
oh,
just was on our dining pass. There's still a couple things that no one was the elusive. Let's see. No one got the. I think the only thing on the dining plan we were never able to try was the Nashville hot chicken sandwich because
Yep.
those 2 locations weren't able to open. Can the
We're
junkies
being
run
asked if we can run it.
it? um,
Funny story. For a different
yeah,
time.
yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you never know.
I did finally get up there and try your water coaster. By the way,
What'd you think of it?
Thoughts?
I was spoiled because I was at Holiday World recently, so comparing the two is not really fair. But it is tall. I'll give you that. That thing is tall, and it's a great ride for the park.
Okay, I can talk. Oh, I see. Somebody said Cedar Fair with dining. Yeah, our dining is still a deal.
Oh,
I mean,
I still think if you're comparing yourselves to Cedar Point or Cedar Fair in general, because we also have platinum passes. I mean, it is still significantly more expensive for Cedar Point, hands down. Everything across the board is more expensive at Cedar Fair parks.
even though we've seen our dining start to climb, we know food costs climb, we know labor costs climb. That's something that is going to climb. And then people like Bob and I are sitting still paying less than $5 a month. Um, but at any time I'm expecting an email that says, "Hey, well, you can opt out or who knows." But yeah, and I think their drinks are what, another $30? With like their drinks aren't included with anything. We're very we've been spoiled. See, I bought our new passes. It did give oh, so maybe you do have to activate.
No, that's
Hmm. We're gonna learn. So we're gonna listen
for
and
sure.
learn. There's a couple of us that talk with people from other parks who run other groups or are active in other groups, and that's we pool our information and experiences. So please share your experiences as they come up. Rewards program, how to register, how to check in. Oh, that's pretty easy. When you go in your portal, it'll say like rewards and then you register rewards. Have to read the terms of service. And if you're over 13, you click that you agree and you start the rewards. Um, how you check in is it's on the app. So
It's
when you're in your Six Flags app,
yeah, second button in your
you
menu.
just go to the list of rides. And when you're close to a ride, I'm not close to one now, so it wouldn't matter. But as you get close, if you're too far away, you'll see a little button that says too far away. And then if you're close, it'll be blue and check in and you check it in. And it's really nice because if you check in on a ride and you have other people in your party whose passes are on your app and they're in the park with you, it gives you all the points. So if you have your family and another family on there and you're all there together, only one person has to check in. We had the most fun checking in on rides during the drive-through event because we just drove around and I had one kid on each side checking into rides. You don't actually have to ride the ride to check in. You do just have to walk up to the ride currently. Now, I've said that they'll change it. I ruin everything by opening my mouth. Okay. So yeah, it's fairly and then once you wanna, redeem a reward, you go into your portal and you go into the rewards, the whole menu comes up. Think the cheapest thing is like a piece of rock candy, maybe it's like 250 or 300 points. The most points, obviously, that you're gonna get are from buying things. You get 25 points per dollar, and then if you do that on a double points day, which I assume with season pass holders, they might actually have some more of those happening to get you used to using points. You just redeem your points and then it adds it as a coupon in your rewards and coupons to use.
Yeah,
This
the one
whole
thing
free
one
dip
thing one thing I want to throw in there about the ride check-ins, you need to find the sweet spot to check in.
Yeah.
Some of the rides, it's not as easy as others. For example, Goliath, you have to be on the exit of the ride to get that check-in.
I think Eagle, you have to be over by the crazy cups or cars or something. There's some that I
So
don't
you have to walk the half a mile back to it.
no, I don't think you.
Well,
I
the
think you
crazy
can do it from
cars are only
California.
halfway, I guess.
Yeah, there's some that I don't tend to get, but like there's some that are surprising that are rides. Like the water feature in Kidsopolis is a ride, so you get 3 points for walking by that.
Huh.
I can't find it on the portal. Well, did you upgrade your season pass?
I don't think we get it till next year
Oh, okay.
because I still can't do it.
Okay.
But I'm not in a park.
Yeah. I mean,
So
and they say points expire and they say rewards expire. Like points expire after 2 years and rewards expire after 6 months if you've redeemed them. We haven't seen that happen yet. I mean, we do have a Cracker Jack IT team on the case. So I'm sure that's coming soon. Now that I've said it, they'll accelerate it.
Right.
They're just going to take
all
all
our
my points.
overnight.
yes, they're
Every
all
time I say something weird happens on my account. And I'm like, oh,
we fixed the glitch.
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
there used to be a really, really sweet glitch on the points. It was fixed. I won't say it publicly because they will take my points.
Yeah. All right.
No.
I think we've hit all the questions. I'm looking through the chat and I'm looking through our thing. I think we've hit all the ones that are at least in the Six Flags St. Louis
So,
Junkies page.
I mean, for
So
our groups, you just have to consider if you are somebody that hits both parks as if they're home parks, there you have a couple options. You can do a
yeah.
pass for each park. I mean, if you can get both, I don't think you can get both sale points.
No, you can't.
Because you have to enter your
Yeah.
okay, IT, I'm gonna give IT a point for that. As much as I rag on them, IT gets a point for having really closing off that sale to make you have to verify.
Not only that, it was actually quite convenient. My
I'm
email
gonna
didn't
take
work
this
quite
one.
right. My email didn't work quite right. And then
Okay.
then if you have any issues, you click on the little thing and it's a generic screen and you type in your membership number and your order number, and then it automatically throws you to your park with
Okay.
the people who you bought the pass with. So it I'll give them credit too. It worked pretty slick to look up my order.
I'm sorry to the person who I fix all the glitch. You don't want the glitches that have been fixed because of me are that's a bad thing that they were fixed.
Yeah.
I love it for
This comment on the screen, if you were at the Junkies picnic, you would know this answer. That is all I am going to say, or I'm able to say from a media
You'll just
standpoint.
notice there wasn't a lot of outrage after the picnic, and that's all we can say.
Yeah, there's just a lot of love. A lot of love.
Next time I go to the park, I'll get a full it already happened. It already happened after I ranted about security lining people up in the parking lot. I for sure didn't beep, and stone cold face, the security supervisor was like, "You need to go in that line to get checked." I was like, "My bag didn't beep." He's like, "We check everybody." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Get in the line." He was not very nice. And I knew I deserved it. And I have said thank you for not lining people up in the parking lot, but I get things back from people. I mean, I'll say on the record right now, I am not the evil person who mutes everyone either. Like anytime like someone gets muted, they send Bob an email and say, "Sarah muted me. She just I can't stand." I'm like, I haven't even been on. I'm a teacher. I'm just waking up after 2 weeks of being tired. I get blamed for everything, and it's not me.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
think Six Flags security has been awesome. I love not having to have my bag checked.
I will say the system,
Those new systems are
yeah.
fantastic.
I love that the investment was made in those systems. And,
Yeah.
said something about a parking lot just because I can't unsee something that's being unsafe. But I will agree that the system and then having that other queue to if you need a secondary check, um, it's amazing. It's really nice, and I appreciate the investment. Um, and appreciate that there has been some more customer service other than that one that just like had a grudge that day. Um, I do appreciate that there's a lot of greetings saying like, "Hello, I'm glad you're here." And
Yeah.
so my diamond keeps how do I prevent when the diamond keeps that happens.
Get
I
a
don't
smaller
know.
diamond.
Did you try I mean, I can give you a dance mom trick. Hairspray?
Hairspray.
I mean, that's what we
God.
do when the glitter falls off. We hairspray the dress. I don't know. I would I think part of it is if you have it in it's that plastic sleeve that I mean, I don't know.
Do people still carry around the physical cards? I've moved to the phone app, and I don't even know where my card is.
I learned that if you're going to go to an exclusive ride time, those cards are a must because we don't carry them around, and then I wasn't riding and my kids were, and I had to walk to every line to scan them in. So I think only for ride times do you really need them. And
Yeah,
then
Really?
I
where your
carry
pins.
I carry mine around on the obviously in the lanyard, but
The lanyard.
I've got a whole bunch of pins on there. Mostly junkie pins promoting the page.
I've got my
Um,
Six Flags St. Louis Junkies
got the
pin.
junkies
There
one.
you go. You got to represent.
Yeah, I've got the I've got the original Junkies logo, which is in the upper corner of the screen that we're all looking at on here. Got the exclusive picnic pin on there.
Somebody said Six Flags security personnel. Okay. There's cameras everywhere already. So, I mean, that's basically to, oh yeah, Eagle pin. I have some of those.
And you know what? We actually have some that we can probably be giving away later
Oh
on.
yeah, we should. We could do a giveaway. Six Flags security personnel will be wearing body cameras. I didn't see that news, but
Haven't
I
heard
mean,
that.
it protects
Didn't see
them.
anything.
It protects them more than anything. I mean, if you have the technology and the budget for it.
Well, there's
Oh,
two types of security, right? They've got the park security, and then they've got the third party,
I think we have 3. I mean, we have police
and then
officers.
the actual plea. Yeah, yeah, true, true,
Yeah.
true. The
I
actual
mean,
cop.
they really have, and I think that's part of the reason our security officers have been able to be more customer service oriented, and it's because they can play good cop to the bad cops.
We have the dogs too. John, do you guys
Yeah.
have dogs
Yeah,
in St.
yeah,
Louis?
yeah. There's always at least one. Often there's two,
Um,
but
okay. All right. Again, it's I
yeah.
think it protects the employees more than anybody else. Because if you think about it, it puts them more at even footing because the public is gonna throw these cell phones up at everything. Thank you for the press release. Okay, awesome. The public is gonna, go live and give their commentary, and it's only fair that there's a neutral that's the security officer has their own side of the story. I still need to pick up gift cards that were issued. Yay. I found out I have one more account that has like $20 gift card owed to me, so I'm with you. I have one more to pick up.
Are you the contract holder?
I am the contract holder for my whole family. Yes, I am. It's so yeah, I'm like, I'll pay for it. You guys come join us, whatever. I don't notice all the and nice thing is sometime this year I used to have 3 different payment days. Six Flags went to like one payment date and now I'm at one payment date and it's so nice. All right.
I think that's
Yeah.
it with the
Yeah,
comments.
I think we.
Unless anyone's got a last minute question they want to send in, but I think we've covered everything. All
What
the
else can I ruin for you? What other glitches can I ruin?
No, no more glitches.
No,
Hey, at
there's
least,
no more
Sarah,
grass.
Sarah, you're getting clean tables now.
I am. I want to say it again. Okay. And I want to just go over the first time I saw it was just disgusting. And it really, it was a hygiene thing. It was so gross. So I posted how disgusting it was because somebody needed to see it. Nothing was done. My daughter actually heard about it from her manager at Six Flags. That I posted that. Then I was
Your
disappointed.
mother. Is that
Yeah,
how she heard it?
she was
Or
like, "How'd you know?" I mean, because she tries to lay low and she has a different last name. Like, I don't know how this person made this connection. Um, so like she doesn't say, "Hey, my mom is on Junkies." She keeps very quiet with it. But then when I came for early ride time, it was just so sad to see that it was even worse. And what I get more sad about, here's what I get sad about. The morning people have so much to do. I know what it's like to get to a theme park and have to open and all the things you have to do to get ready for the guests. On top of that, they had early ride time. So there were more guests in there. They only have so many people. And if the people the night before don't give them a clean slate, they're just never going to have a chance.
they're
And I
behind.
think, yeah. And I think about these tables, if you're leaving food on them, and I know the amount of animals that are on in that park, like that is just extra not okay for guests. For all that food to be there, then you don't know what animals have climbed up there to try to, have a little sweet snack and some funnel cake, and then it hasn't been cleaned. It's not fair. Within 5 minutes, maybe not even, posting the second live, there were 2 full-time managers scrubbing tables and like more employees sent to that area. So to the park's credit, they found the people that were there and they scrubbed it. And then to come full circle and come back on the end of a night on a Sunday and come into that food court and have it just be like sparkling clean on almost every table. I was so excited. I was excited for the park. I was excited for guests. I was just really excited that somebody cared to make in all the difficulties that we have, make an improvement. So do member here we go. Do monthly member costs come 30 days after you sign up? Well, yes, but they
Well,
also come right when you sign up. So when you sign up, you're paying whatever, if there's a tax rate, it's not your full income. It's like an amusement tax in Gurney. I don't know what it is in St. Louis. And if they have a processing fee, which they don't, you pay that first. Season passes are, oh no, season passes are not my fault. That is the fault of everyone on both Junkies who are like, "Oh my goodness, lines are long, just raise the prices." You all have been saying raise the
Right.
prices.
Everybody has been saying raise the prices. Season passes are way too cheap. So,
And
well,
I'm
guess
all
what?
like,
They listened.
they listen. That is not on me because I'm the first to say, like, no, everyone can enjoy the park. Six Flags does have folks follow these fan pages, it helps them. Yeah. Yeah, and we always try to be fair, and I always like to say I love the park. The park is special to me for a lot of reasons. My family is 3 generations working at the park. My parents both worked at the park at one time or another. My dad did the parking lot one summer, and my mom was the hostess at Crazy Buffalo. I worked in the park. I have a child working in the park. It's very special place. It only has happy memories, and I just really want to see it do the best. I also happen to work under a manager who also loved the park when I worked there and really mentored me into like thinking through just doing things that are guests first. And I can't like that has carried in with my career to always think of what is the best for a guest, what kind of impression are you giving? And I can't undo that. So you can thank John Curdy for instilling that in me. That's why I'm so rough or so tough on those kind of details because
it's a
that's just
tough love kind of thing then.
yeah, that's how I was taught. Like, this is guest first. This is what we do. This is our first impression, is our only impression. And we want to give a safe and enjoyable experience to our guests, like very guests first. And that's all I know. So I can't undo that. I don't work at the park anymore. It's been a long time since I worked at the park. But we just always want to see it a great place. I don't want it to have a bad reputation. I don't want it to have a reputation of being like a cesspool or dirty or unkept, because also knowing the employees that work their behinds off, I don't want them to be associated with that kind of reputation either. So sometimes you got to push. So I appreciate that there's that people listen and work with us.
Last chance for comments. This is last call. Last call here, folks.
All
Do
right.
you, do you want to do an ending summary flow chart?
Yeah. Why don't you do
So
it?
if
Go
if
ahead,
you
John.
got if you've got the season pass today and you're only going to stay at your home park, you want to go ahead and take the deal. If you're going to go to other parks, you might as well go to the membership. Or if you miss the deal and you're watching this later and they don't offer the deal anymore, then you're better off just doing at least a gold membership. And then when it comes down to the meal plans, if you're going to do a meal plan and a membership, it sounds like you might as well go up in the levels. And then there's multiple different levels. You really just need to go to the website to see which membership works for you at that point
And if you're in a season pass going to a membership, really think through when you want your 12 payments to start.
to start. Yeah.
And
And
there's no reason to double pay. You don't need to do it now.
yeah, no, yes, absolutely no reason. Get the most out of your season pass for this year. Enjoy holiday in the park, whichever park you go to. Then next year, whenever you decide to go, then you can sign up for the membership.
Is
So
virtual queue coming? I mean, it's being piloted somewhere. We're a
Right.
big
We've seen
park.
screenshots of it.
We're a big park, and it's going to have to work in a small park before it works at a big park.
I'm still waiting on Skip the Lines to come because when
Yeah.
I spoke to that manager at the Flash Pass,
oh,
she
you
told
believe
us
me,
end of July is
they
what we
want
were
those to
told.
come. They want those to
Yeah.
come.
I mean,
Man,
it's less, they can focus on having their employees at the rides rather than having
yeah.
to have them in that building.
What's the joke? Where do you get the flash pass for the flash pass line?
I've timed it. I timed it once, and it was more advantageous to just wait in line. One more. I got chicken strips and moose burger and got no points. Did you purchase through the app? If you purchase through the app, there are two ways that you would not get points. Number one, if you purchase through the app, it's not giving points right now. And then number two, if you purchase with Six Flags bucks, or if you purchase with the settlement, which is really Six Flags bucks, you won't get points with those.
Well, you shouldn't get points for using the Six
I
Flags.
scan.
But
If for some reason it doesn't show up and you scan your card, you can always go to member services and request that your points be added. If they don't have a line, and they should be able to look up that you made that purchase. Sometimes I've found that sometimes things don't show up, and if it's a big enough purchase, I'll go to member services. If it's not really that impactful, I have to just balance if it's worth my time or theirs. I can say that in Illinois, we are allowed to have theaters used. We are allowed to have theaters used to capacity. So we learned the answer to that at the picnic, but I can say that they are allowed to be used inside with masks currently.
With mask if they are used. Yeah. Again, we learned that answer at the picnic, like Sarah said.
But we can just say with the reality, I don't know. I still have one to use. I don't know what the expiration is. Okay.
Well, you're welcome. You are very welcome. All right. I think that about does it.
all right.
Any
Well,
final things from either of you?
no, I liked the Junkies. That was kind of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
this
was a
is
fun.
fun.
We've
We should
been,
we,
together
we
for
should.
a while, and we've not done one of these.
I've met Bob in person, but not Sarah.
Yeah.
Just
I'm hard
saying.
to find.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I met John, I met him at like the absolute worst possible moment. he had stopped up, talking, and I was in the process. I had to actually meet up with somebody from the
You were late for something.
park.
But I was trying to get on Max Force anyway. I was
Yeah.
waiting for the line to open, so
And I was trying to meet somebody else as well. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hate to cut this short, but I have to run.
Oh, someone said, how about, yeah, I'm hard to find because I come in just for an hour. Like I have students that were trying to find me. They were like, where do we want to run into you sometime? I'm like, if I come in like and walk the park, a very brisk walk around the park and maybe eat, and then I leave.
She goes around and she gets all the points.
Sometimes I don't even do
Man.
that anymore because I don't like to have my phone out. We're assuming that the answer is yes, because even if
Indoor
the
hunts.
is open air, we have seen something that indicates that that's going to be the expectation. It
Well,
very well.
yeah. At least it's winter, so
Yeah.
sorry. It's getting
Fall.
colder. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It's no longer summer. Is what I meant to say. It was a
No.
little harder to wear the masks when it was in the summer.
If you hear my voice right now, I'm 100% like this is from talking and singing through a mask for the over fans and really loud temporary air conditioners. I understand that they're uncomfortable. I wear them all day and talk in them all day. But yeah, this is my voice on masks.
Yeah, so
Any junkies on the park on Saturday? I don't know. Probably.
Possibly. There usually is at least one person from the Junkies team in the park. Keep an eye on the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Good
Every
chance
time
of
I
spotting it's there.
we'll just go and sit in the clubhouse for like an hour, and I swear I've seen people walk in to take their selfies and walk right by me. I'm just sitting there. I like to be quiet and calm.
That's okay. I get noticed in the park more when I don't have Junkies gear on.
Maybe I'll wear my Junkies shirt sometime in the park. Sunday and Monday. I will most likely be there for sure on Monday. I love my Meatball Hero too. Yay, my favorite. My favorite crew too. Ooh, I love a Saturday with a chance of rain.
Is that because it takes the crowds down?
Yeah, we in my house when it rains, if it rains, especially in the late afternoon, we'll wait because we're about 15 minutes north, 15 to 20 minutes north. And then we'll be like, oh, all of my pretties are leaving. And then we'll drive there and we'll watch everyone leaving. We're like, yes, this is perfect. Jamie will be there. You won't be able to find her. Last weekend for Hurricane Harbor. So get in your splash around, get in your pool time.
Yes, Gary, she is very, very hard to find.
Yeah. Just wait till Holiday in the Park and Fright Fest when she's all decked out in all of her gear.
I think she lives there during Fright Fest. I think she just camps out in the bushes and she's just there.
Yeah. You can find her at every show.
Every show. Front row.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, listening to us. There were some great questions on there. John, thanks for joining us. We'll have to do some more of these joint live streams.
Well, thanks for working the tech. It's nice to not have to do it for once.
Normally, well, I'm getting spoiled here because Brent, one of our moderators, I've kind of made him the producer for the shows, and he was stuck at work today. So I'm like, yeah, I can come back and run the show.
Okay, I can run my own show.
I can run my own show. I know it's
Poor
bad. Say,
Bob.
I've got a producer.
Yeah. Well, you did great.
Thanks. Yes, the lazy river, if it hasn't opened up this year, it's not opening up.
They're not going to magically find 19 lifeguards out of all the 15-year-olds they have that can only work one weekend day right now.
Right, and that's the thing. I don't think people realize the reason it's not opening, it's staffing, and they don't realize it takes 19 lifeguards to run the lazy river.
And then attendance on top. I think, and they have to have breaks in there. And right, we have a lot of 15-year-olds at the park. 15-year-olds, their school is considered part of their work week, so they really can only work one weekend day. So it's
Yeah, I
been
mean, we can
impactful.
close down a bunch of water slides and open up the lazy river, but I'm sure people wouldn't
And
be
the
happy
wave
with that
pool and
solution. We'll close the wave pool down. We'll just leave the lazy river open and just
yeah.
shut everything else down.
It's been unfortunate this year, but I mean, they really worked hard to get a good group of trained lifeguards, and they can staff what they can staff. And I think at one point we talked as a group, as a junkies group, that we were really nervous when Hurricane Harbor opened, that they just weren't going to be able to swing having 2 gates open. But they made do. We call that back when I worked there, we called it loaves and fishes staffing. You use what you have and you stretch it out, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, St. Louis has been only opening it in the afternoon, and then they will close a couple of the water slides to move
Yeah,
people over there.
they're probably doing it after all the breaks go through,
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah, which is too bad because they often close I can't remember what it's called, but the drop one.
Yeah.
I call it the coffin,
Ours,
the,
it's the
the
racers.
coffin drop.
That whole back part, I think with the racers and Skull Island is usually the first to go out.
Yeah, the mat racers in the Skull Island was closed when I was there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Man, how many times are we going to try to wrap this up?
I know.
I think you gotta pull
we
the
just
plug.
keep talking.
Pull the plug. Pull the plug. All right.
Bye,
Well, thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Bye. Thanks for
Thanks
tuning
again.
in.
We'll see you.